John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur. Great to be with you guys. Yes, welcome everyone. It's so great to have you here on Inspirations for Your Life. And it is Friday, so that means we're wrapping up a master topic series. Thanks so much for being here with me, whether you're here at 7:33 p.m., 7:33 a.m., 6 a.m., 6 p.m., 3 a.m., 3 p.m., doesn't really matter. Thank you so much for being here with me. At the top left-hand corner of the screen, you'll notice a QR code. Just go ahead and take your phone, scan the QR code. If you don't have your phone handy, well, you can just visit believemeachieve.com for more of my amazing, inspiring creations. You can also catch it right off of my hat. All right. So we have a great show for you tonight, and let's just dive right in. But before we do dive right in, even though this is not a tech show, I would be remiss if I did not take a moment to let you guys know that I got my iPhone 16 Pro Max. Actually, did the unboxing. You guys can check that out later on my other social media. Plus, I'll be posting a video about how easy it is to convert your one iPhone to another iPhone, literally just using Bluetooth, and then show you the proper way to prepare it so that you can deactivate stolen protection mode and things like Find My iPhone mode, and then properly package it and send it back to your carrier so you don't get billed. All right, guys. So this whole week we've been talking about breaking is beautiful, right? And I think we're all ready to rise a little bit stronger and have a better life. Because life sometimes can, give us some blows, can knock us down. But every fall is a chance for us to rise up even higher than we did before and to learn from those powerful lessons. So, first thing I want to talk about tonight is embracing burnout as a catalyst for growth. You might say, John, I'm doing too much. Like, I can't handle it anymore. Like, I don't know where to go. Well, and it's beyond, taking that walk every day. It's like I just feel like whatever I do, it's like I'm pushing not one eight ball, I'm pushing 10 eight balls, right? I'm sure you've gotten those thoughts before. So it's important to embrace burnout as a catalyst to grow. Your burnout can be the beginning of something amazing. So let that burnout spark the fire for transformation. The fact that you don't want to go down that same road where you're just doing these, futile tasks and you're not happy with your life. See, the thing is, when you're just doing motions every day and you're not happy with your life, then life's not good, right? So you've got to enjoy everything you do, whether it's like myself, creating content, whether it's traveling, whatever it is, you got to make sure that you actually embrace that. Okay. That is so very, very important, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So the next thing I want to talk about is unbuilding to rebuild. Unbuilding to rebuild. And sometimes you have to tear down the old, as we've said, to make room for the new. Break down those walls. Like if you're creating a new house or you're doing a renovation, you have to knock something down before you can build something stronger, grander, and much more spectacular. We have to rip down the old foundation and structure and build something much stronger, not just physically, mentally, but also spiritually. So we talk about resilience a lot, and I've had guests on my show talking about this. Resilience in fragility. Yeah, that's a word you want to say a million times fast. Even your most fragile moments, you hold this immense, incredible strength. Embrace your fragility as part of your power because that fragility will actually help you lead to a better pathway. But sometimes it's like, oh my gosh, John, I don't know how to do this. I have no clue how to do this. I get it. I get it. I get it. So I want to let you know that it's okay for you to feel that burnout once in a while. It's okay to know that that's your signal or that resilience mode. That's your signal. Say, hey, you know what? I need to regroup. I need to change what I'm doing right now because my life isn't working. And if it's not working, then you know what? I've got to become better at what I'm doing every single day. All right, guys. Healing, healing through renewal. Out of the ruins, healing emerges. Sometimes we don't know that healing's coming, but healing does arise. And every broken piece is a change and a chance for us to renew ourselves and others. We don't think that when something breaks that there's ever a potential to make it any better, right? Have you ever knocked down some dominoes or maybe knock down a one of those card castles. Like, oh my gosh, I've done this so many times. And it's like, and you get so frustrated. I know I've had that. Like, I was down at our shore place and we were building, and I remember my mom's father, my grandfather came in, and I told everybody, please don't, bang the door. Please don't go out this door. Like, I'm working on this castle. I was working on it for like almost 45 minutes. And he went right to the door, opened the door, and I was like, I asked you not to open that door. He's, oh, yeah, you're too much. I was working on something that meant something to me. But then I rebuilt, and I realized that maybe I need to not only rebuild what I'm doing, but rebuild where I'm doing it, right? Change the location. Maybe it was my fault that I picked the family dining table, right? Right by doors where people might walk in and out, expecting people to take other doors to the pool that might be expecting too much. So I regrouped and I went to another room, and there was little to no distraction there. So we can use these as earmarks to be course adjusters for us, just like with GPS, right? Global positioning satellites and our GPS in our car. There is power, ladies and gentlemen. We've been talking about this all week. There is power in vulnerability. Vulnerability isn't a weakness, it's the strength that allows us to grow and connect more deeply. Because when we are vulnerable with ourselves, it allows us to learn about a part that we might have been afraid of. It allows us to find a new way. Okay. And we always say, where there's a will, there's a way, right? Rising stronger after falling is one of the hardest things people have to do. But it's not about how many times you fall, but how many times you rise. Each time you rise, you get stronger. You rise from those ashes like a phoenix. Resilience in action. It's not just words, it's a feeling, it's a movement, it's a transformation, which brings me to my next point: transformation through destruction. Let go of the past, allow you to have a feeling to rebuild in something even more powerful than you ever dreamed possible. Break free from the old to embrace the new, rebuild your life, grow through challenges. Grow through challenges. Find strength in the brokenness. See, your brokenness is where your strength lies. It's not something we should be afraid of, but be something we should embrace and something we can learn from and something that we can celebrate. Find strength in your brokenness. Your brokenness is where the strength lies, and every scar tells the story of survival. Fragile but strong, strength in adversity. Many people say to me, hey, John, I could never do that. And the reason they say this is that they don't know how to deal with the fact that sometimes people aren't going to agree with you. And it's not the time to have a fight or get in an argument. It's a time to respect that and to move forward, right? Whether you're feeling overwhelmed or in a need of a new perspective, it's important to embrace your challenges as these stepping stones to greatness, letting us turn setbacks into comebacks and those scars into stories of strength, strength that can empower us to be a pinnacle for ourselves and for others. Many people say to me, hey, John, uh, you know, let me know when it gets going and I'll come on board, right? And it could be an organization, it could be a movement. How many people do you know that will be risking their lives to get on a moving plane, a moving train, right? But they won't get on when it's in the station, when it's safe. Nobody wants to get on your organization or get with you when you're starting. Why is that? I think it's because some people are selfish and they don't want to be part of something unless they know it's great. It's kind of bad. It's kind of sad in a way because if people would just believe in you from the beginning, you actually could take off into the sky and leave the atmosphere a lot quicker than you do. So, diving deep into how burnout and vulnerability and rebuilding yourself and understanding the fact that it's a personal transformation, right? I get that you might be overwhelmed. I get that you're doing these same things over and over and over and over again. Remember to smell the roses, smell life, right? Smell the coffee, be part of life. Today's show has a very remarkable title, which I think is one that it's when I say it's amazing, it's absolutely amazing, guys. It is so very amazing. That title, ladies and gentlemen, that title is From Ashes to Strength, Rebuild, Heal, and Rise Stronger from Life's Beautiful Scars. That's a priceless thing, guys. That is a very, very priceless thing. And you might be saying, hey, John, I don't know if that's possible. I don't know if I can do it this way. I don't know if I can. Well, the fact that you keep second guessing yourself is probably enough to get you, let's say, discouraged. Okay. I think the most important thing in life is to realize that we're on a journey. And although this journey might not be full of glamour when we start, it might not be full of all the rewards. It might not be full of all the great feelings that we want in the beginning. But as we start to become more involved with the journey and we start to learn and pivot from directions and nudges we get, similar to a GPS in our car, helping us to stay on the path. When you have things to do in life, there's nothing wrong with that. But when you just keep doing those things and it's like you don't have a joyful moment, then it's like, oh my gosh, all I keep doing is this. You have to have joy, right? Joy is so very important. And to take a setback, like whether it was those cards that fell on the floor or myself that broke my tib and fib, right? Or maybe it was somebody breaking up with you. It could be a platonic or non-platonic, or maybe it was somebody who reneged on a promise that they wanted to do for you. There was somebody a while back. I'm not going to name his or her name, but there was a person I was working with an organization, and it was very interesting because this person was all very gung ho. They wanted to help me. They were like way on board with everything I wanted to do. And I said, this is like really really amazing, right? And it's so amazing because when we can embrace this feeling, right? When we can embrace this kind of feeling, I think that's like amazing. Okay. I think that is absolutely amazing. But the thing is, it doesn't happen all the time. It does not happen all the time. Okay. We have to believe it. I have to know in one way that sometimes things are a little bit challenging. They are a little bit challenging. And so when I say they're a little bit challenging, I mean, it's not to make you feel bad. It's to get you to understand that you have to believe in the journey, right? You have to believe in the journey. And so, this one thing that I had sent to somebody was a message. And the message started out saying, I know you said you were busy with work and all kinds of stuff. I was hoping you would have told people to get tickets for this event that I'm running. But I guess that's not a big priority for you. I see you at lots of events and talking about everything, but you never seem to push my event. In the beginning, you were so really on board with telling people about what I was doing. And then I started to realize that people say a lot of things, but then they don't do the things they say. So I guess I just misread you from the beginning, thinking you were going to help me other than just taking my posts here and there. It'd be nice if you actually told people and you supported what I did. So people sometimes are selfish. And I remember the same person I was supposed to meet for breakfast, and I confirmed, meeting breakfast with this person, and we had confirmed this like a month in advance. So then a couple days before, I said, "By the way, I'm going to see you at 8 o'clock." Oh, I'm working. I'm not sure if I'll be back by 8 o'clock. 8 a.m. We said. Oh, I go to work, dude. I'm in work by 7:30. Well, like, why would you book a meeting with me a month ago? So people like that are just like, I don't know, they're just, I don't have a word for them, but they're so into themselves. And so when somebody does that to me once, I don't put my stock in them again. I'm not upset. I'm disappointed, but I just know that I can't put even 1 ounce of trust into that person because why? Why? So tonight, I want you to understand that everyone here that finds themselves in ashes can rise. Everyone that finds themselves in ruins can rise. Everyone that has a disaster can rise. Whether it's a health issue, financial issue, relationship issue, I don't care what kind of issue it is, you can rise up. And don't be looking to rise so other people can pat you on the back so they can applaud you. Don't look for that. Rise because you want to be the best you can be. If other people say, "Hey, great, you're amazing," that's fantastic. But don't be hung up on the fact that I'm doing this because I want this praise or I want to be called out. Who really cares? Do it for you. All right. And so, this entire week, when I say breaking is beautiful, when you break down and you have a chance to recollect and analyze it and then rebuild the next time, rebuild from the lessons that you have learned. Don't, you know, chastise yourself for the things that you did. You learned, right? And now you're going to do things that are even better than they were before. And you know what's going to happen? You're going to become a big success. All right. So remember, you can rise to the phoenix, you can rise stronger. Life's going to knock us down sometimes. It's a fact. And every time you fall, that's not what we count. We count the amount of times that we rise, because each time we rise, we will rise higher than we did before. And that moment of rise will hopefully motivate us to take an entirely different pathway to going on toward our success. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know who I am by now, I am Mr. John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. It has been such a privilege, a pleasure, and an honor to be with you this fantastic Friday, September 20th, 2024, the national release of the iPhone 16 Pro Max day. But it was great to share with you all about breaking is beautiful. And when we start to realize when things are broken, they can be put back together in a way that wasn't ever conceived before. One that can really help change not only our perspective, but the world's perspective on how they see things. And remember what Patanjali said and Dr. Dwayne Dyer said from earlier this week. When we change the way we look at things, the things we look at change. When we change the way we look at things, the things we look at change. When we change the way we look at things, the things we look at change. So why don't we just change the way we look at things, and things will change, and our life will be even better. Have yourself a fantastic evening, everyone, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Be well.